Okay.
BEAT.
BEAT, that's Black Empowerment in AI in Tech.
That's
Dr. Mitchell brings.
the voice in this material just grabs you immediately. It's purposeful.
Very direct. It sets the stage, tells you why you need to listen, basically.
It really does. It opens saying, this is more than a book, this is a movement.
That's quite a statement. It's framing the whole thing as a call to action, not just information.
And it's very clear who it's for. It says, my people.
Defining that as folks who've been left out, counted out, or simply not invited into the room?
Exactly. Specifically the room where AI's future is being shaped.
And it connects this directly to history.
It does. It talks about how communities were often excluded from past tech shifts.
Not because they weren't brilliant, but because of
Systemic barriers, misinformation, and generational disadvantages. The line that stands out is, this time we're not asking for a seat, we are building our own table.
wow, building our own table, that says so much.
BEAT, the organization,
Yeah.
it's presented as being birthed out of necessity.
Okay. And its mission is pretty explicit.
Crystal clear. To educate, empower, and equip Black and brown communities.
So they can, what was the phrase? Not just survive, but thrive with AI.
The fundamental message is AI is changing everything. You can't ignore it.
And it makes it personal. It says now it's your turn to understand it, use it, and profit from it. Like, it's an imperative.
How does it explain the basics?
So what is AI, according to this guide?
AI is when a computer or machine can do tasks that usually need human intelligence.
Things like learning, making decisions.
Understanding language, making decisions, solving problems. It points out AI is all around you already.
Like talking to your phone or Netflix recommendations.
It's ID on your phone.
Just a simple way to help beginners kind of grasp the concept.
Right. So after the, chapter 2 gets into the key terms, it starts with machine learning, ML.
Okay, and how does it explain ML?
It says ML is basically how AI learns. It gets better by using data and experience.
Not just following coded instructions step by step.
Exactly. It improves. The example used is, feeding a machine tons of cat pictures.
Until it learns to recognize a cat.
Yeah, it figures out the patterns itself, learning from data.
Makes sense. What's next?
Neural networks. These are algorithms, sort of inspired by how the human brain is structured.
Okay, and they're used for?
Pattern recognition, mostly. The source mentions things like voice recognition or analyzing images.
Gotcha. Then there's NLP.
Natural language processing. This is how AI understands and responds in human language.
Like talking to a chatbot or something.
Exactly.
Okay, so understanding language. Then there's computer vision.
Which is basically AI's ability to see.
To see. You mean analyze images or videos?
Yes. Analyzing visual information.
Yeah.
Think facial recognition, self-driving cars needing to see the road, or even in medicine, analyzing medical scans.
Okay. And the last big one it covers?
Generative AI. This is the one people are talking about a lot now.
The AI that creates stuff.
It's the one. AI that can write music, draw pictures, generate speeches, make logos, create new content.
So it covers these key terms.
Yeah.
Chapter 3.
It's titled, Why You Can't Afford to Be Left Behind. Very emphatic.
And it lays out the stakes pretty clearly.
It says AI is already replacing jobs, changing industries, and rewriting rules. It's happening now.
It even quotes a specific number.
It does. That 2023 Goldman Sachs report projecting 300 million jobs could be affected.
300 million, that's a staggering number.
It really underscores the scale of this.
Yeah.
And this is where Dr. Mitchell's core concern about exclusion comes right back to the forefront.
Saying that Black and brown voices are missing, where AI is being developed.
Exactly. Missing from the rooms where the crucial decisions are made, where the tech is built and trained.
And the source spells out the consequences of that absence.
Very directly. It says, we're not writing the algorithms, we're not building the platforms, and crucially,
We're not benefiting financially.
right, and the direct result of all that.
Bias, exclusion, and missed opportunities.
Yeah. It argues that if you don't have diverse people building the AI itself can end up biased, reflecting existing inequalities.
But it doesn't just leave you with the problem, it circles back to BEAT.
Exactly. BEAT's mission is presented as the way to flip the script.
Through education.
Focused education. It even lists the specific things they teach.
Like what?
AI basics, obviously, but also prompt engineering, how to actually talk to AI effectively.
That's practical.
Very. Also, AI side hustles, AI art and creativity, ethical AI design, tackling that bias issue head on.
And it mentioned something about stories.
Yeah, how to use AI to tell our stories. using the tech for cultural expression and narrative control.
So that whole chapter is basically making the case from the source's perspective that you just have to get involved.
It frames engagement as essential for survival and progress.
Okay, so after establishing that urgency, that why, does it shift to the what? What can you actually do with AI?
It does. It moves into this really empowering message about practical application.
And
It says, you just need to get curious.
curiosity is the starting point.
It lists all these ways AI can empower you personally or your community.
Like writing a book, starting a business,
Making music, building a website, designing fashion, teaching your kids.
generating passive income is mentioned too.
Yes, and importantly, protecting your community from being left behind.
That ties it back to the bigger picture again, that collective element.
It always circles back to that building our own table idea.
Yeah.
It's not just individual success.
So how does the source wrap things up, the final section?
It's called Final Words. From surviving to thriving.
Yeah.
It really brings the core message home.
Reinforcing that this is your time, that sense of opportunity.
Definitely. And it makes a really strong claim about what the real barrier is.
Not AI itself.
No. It says AI isn't the enemy. Ignorance is. Lack of understanding is what holds people back.
And there's a warning about waiting too long.
A clear warning. The longer you wait, the wider the gap grows in knowledge, in power, in opportunity.
But it offers a path forward to become unstoppable.
Yeah, it presents it simply. Understand AI and learn how to use it. That's the key.
And there's that powerful quote from Dr. Mitchell herself.
We can't just be consumers of technology. We must be creators of it.
Creators, not just consumers. That's a fundamental shift in mindset.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
it doesn't just leave you with ideas. There's a bonus what's next part.
Oh, giving concrete actions.
Yeah, really practical next steps. Join a BAT class, check out the website, start an AI side project, even just teach someone else what you learned.
Turning knowledge into immediate action.
Exactly. It's all geared towards implementation.
Okay, so that brings us pretty much through this deep dive into Dr. Mitchell's introduction to AI. It's quite a piece of work.
It really is. The core message about needing to understand and engage with AI, especially for historically excluded groups, is just so clear and urgent.
Yeah, that challenge to move from being passive consumers to active creators
Yeah.
really sticks with you.
It does. And considering everything the source raises about potential bias and exclusion, if certain perspectives aren't involved,
It really makes you think,
it leaves you, the listener, with a pretty significant question, doesn't it?
which is,
Well, given all that, what responsibility do you personally have? How can you ensure AI benefits everyone? Maybe by bringing your own unique viewpoint, your creativity.
helping to build that new table the source talks about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something to definitely reflect on.